United Nations, working hard for you and me, supporting communities and making a better place. United Nations.
Hello and welcome to another edition of We the Peoples, a conversation with the United Nations in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Faine Richards. Distribution of the first COVID-19 vaccines to be available to the general public began just under a month ago. These vaccines came to TNT through COVAX, a UN-backed global alliance that aims to get COVID-19 vaccines to all countries, regardless of how small they are or how deep their pockets go. The UN's specialized health agency in the Latin America and Caribbean region, PAHO, spent months working to get a first batch from COVAX of 33,600 vaccines for TNT. On March 30th, a plane transporting cold storage containers stocked with the first batch of COVAX vaccines landed at PAHO International Airport. Standing on the tarmac, PAHO representative to TNT, Dr. Erica Wheeler, watched her team's efforts finally become reality.
It was a moment of complete excitement, but also relief, huge relief, that all the work, the preparation, the planning that had gone into the revolving fund, getting the vaccines to Trinidad and Tobago, had finally arrived.
That moment cemented yet again the value of the UN's work in Trinidad and Tobago in public health.
Vaccines are a public health good, and certainly in the midst of a pandemic, it is critical that PAHO, as part of the UN, that we work together to ensure that vaccines reach the countries that they're designated to reach in the time that they're meant to reach it in. So I think it was definitely something significant that in the middle of a pandemic, we were still able to deliver.
In the nearly 4 weeks since that landmark moment, thousands of health workers and vulnerable elderly citizens have been vaccinated. As of April 28th, nearly 42,000 people received their first dose of the vaccine. Others are hesitant, held back by misinformation or misconceptions. Science normally takes years of testing. How could a vaccine be developed so quickly? Can it be trusted?
We have to remember that a lot of this research and development was funded up front through the COVAX facility. That has never been done before in the world. Manufacturers have never had so much money up front to be able to produce the vaccines at the pace which they've been able to do it. So that does not mean that quality, safety, or efficacy has been compromised, because WHO pays very close attention to those things just as much as they've always done.
Public confidence in the AstraZeneca vaccine has also wavered because of concerns over a small number of reports about blood clots, especially in people under 60. Should people be worried?
Based on current information, a causal relationship between the vaccine and the occurrence of blood clots with low platelets is considered plausible, but it is not confirmed. So there is not a causal link that has been made. And we have what's called the WHO Global Advisory Committee on Vaccine Safety that comprises scientists from all over the globe. So this is not from one or two countries. They've also said that rare adverse events following immunization should be assessed against the risk of deaths from COVID-19 disease.
PAHO is supporting the Ministry of Health to get the vaccines out to the public. Dr. Wheeler says if you fall into the ministry's priority list and you want the vaccine, make sure you get it.
I think people should persist. They should certainly visit their health center. If they have any complaints to make, they should make it to their health authority. But please get out there.
Thanks for listening to this week's edition of We the Peoples, Conversations with the UN in TNT. Join us next week as we continue exploring the work of the United Nations team in Trinidad and Tobago.
United Nations, working hard for you and me, supporting communities and making a better place. United Nations.